There's a comedian named Greg Giraldo. You familiar with him, Greg?
Yes.
Yeah, he's here.
He's very funny.
He's sitting on the news. Very funny guy. Greg's doing a show tomorrow through Sunday at the Laugh Factory in Times Square. There he is, the very handsome Greg Giraldo.
Sign in, please.
Hey, Greg, good to see you. Thanks for coming on the show. Join the fun.
Oh. Good to be here, man.
Someone just played me a tape of Greg. He was on, what's that TV show? Tough Crowd.
Colin Quinn.
So, you know, Greg was being funny and stuff, talking about stuff in the news. And then Dennis Leary started getting on Greg for having jokes. He went, gee, you really prepared for this appearance. And Greg goes, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what you do when you go on a talk show or, you know, comedy show.
Right. It's TV. It's entertainment.
And then Dennis Leary's like, well, you know, you're like the kid at school who has to prepare, and you want more homework than all the other kids. And he goes, and he says, you said to Dennis Leary, hey, dude, maybe if you had prepared a little, written some jokes when you had your sitcom, maybe it would have still been on the air. Which was great. You shut him right down.
Yeah.
You really memorized that whole exchange.
I just heard it. You know what? I should play it. Why am I telling you
that sounds interesting.
Want to hear it?
Yeah.
Even though I just ruined it?
Or maybe there's a non-violent way to solve the whole North Korea thing.
Good thinking.
They're asking for...
Is that you?
Yeah.
All right.
There might be. They're asking for what?
There's a nonviolent way to solve the problem with the country that we hate, that hates us, that's got weapons pointed at us? I don't think so.
No, you're right. Like Russia, for example, that big Russian war.
So you put him in his place. That was nice.
See, that's why I got upset.
He did. You know what's kind of sad about this, because I love this thing and people talk about it all the time, but it's like I feel like the pathetic dude. It's like me while Dennis Leary's off making movies, and I keep telling this story over and over. I'll be like the guy when I'm 80 sitting at a bar, like, I want to shut down Dennis Leary.
Yeah, you're the bitter guy. You're like, yeah, well, guess what? He's rich.
Yeah, he's the star.
Yeah. That was a good comeback, though, dude.
No, thanks.
Nice.
See, I never would have thought of that.
I wouldn't have either.
Yeah, you would have. You would have come up with
North Korea's got all these weapons pointed at us. Yeah, we can go have a nonviolent solution.
See, that's what I've been...
Yeah, well, yeah, that's like Russia, dude. They had weapons pointed at us, too, you ass.
Remember the Russian war?
That's nice. Comeback.
You see, Howard, I've been on the show a couple times. It's intimidating because it's all smart guys like Greg, and I know nothing about politics. And my comeback would have been, oh, your shirt's faggy.
Yeah, right. You would. Yeah, I just would have beaten the guy up. I would have taken Dennis Leary and kicked him in the head.
Well, no, it's not, you're right. It's not all smart guys.
No, it's...
Well, you're a real smart guy. You were in Harvard Law, weren't you? Or Columbia?
Yeah, basically, but...
1380 on the SATs, I checked out.
So,
nice.
Sweet.
Something like that. It comes in handy when you're telling, schlong jokes on a milk crate in a sports bar. And
did your parents get pissed when you said you're going to be a comedian?
Yeah.
They paid for your whole education.
They didn't. We didn't have any. I mean, I borrowed. I mean, they did. They did what they could to pay, but...
they were like, wow, we have a smart son. He's going to be a successful lawyer.
Yeah,
and you went into a profession you can't even pay off your loans.
No, it was in fact, I had a sitcom. I had a sitcom in '96. I had a network. I mean, it didn't last, but I had a sitcom, and even then, my parents were pissed.
Even when you had the sitcom?
Even then, they're like, no, this is not. So when are you going to go back?
What network were you on?
ABC.
Yeah, I heard a funny story about you and Ray Romano.
Oh, when we used to hang out after and he thought his show stunk?
He
Yeah,
thinks his show stunk.
No, he went up to Greg, and Greg goes, we just, they tested the show, my sitcom. Looks like I'm going to be around for a while. And Ray Romano goes, oh, my God, my show tested horribly. It really sucks. It's probably not going to be around at all. He goes, I'm sorry. So, of course, Greg was on for 4 weeks.
Yeah. And look at Ray. He's still here debating whether he should do another year.
Ray's not sure if he's going to buy Arkansas this week.
Right.
Just the whole state.
Yeah, but Greg, should I do another year?
But look at the bright side for Greg. It's another great story when he's 80 years old in the bar.
I really like one pathetic failure after another.
Wait, let's finish your little tape here. Hold on. Okay. That's good.
There are things that... There are approaches. You have to be strong about it, but there are approaches. There are economic benefits that we're giving them in order for them to stop developing their weapons. I mean, I heard recently they agreed to stop building nukes if American women agree to get their nails done at least twice a week. It's just something I read.
That's a good point.
This guy writes so many jokes before the show, it's not even funny.
So now he's going to make you look like an ass because you've prepared.
And everybody, that's the thing. It's like anytime you go on television, this segment's like 2.5 minutes long.
You're a comedian.
Think more or less. It's not like you have a team, all right?
So Dennis Leary's just still buzzed from the comeback he gave him.
Now he's going to put you down for it.
Unbelievable.
He's got a pocket full of them.
They're good ones. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying.
It was right there.
That's kind of what we do here, Dennis. I'm a comedy writer.
Oh, boy. I'm not coming back. That's it.
You're the guy in school that did all the homework and then asked if there was any more that needed to be done.
That's a good point. And if you had tried a little comedy writing, maybe your show would still be on the air.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Wow.
Well, but you know,
you know what you ought to do? Like for your great-grandchildren, you can play them that tape.
How pathetic is that? It really is. I'm like such a sad loser. I'm like this big boy. My one big story is my Dennis Leary thing, and then I try to think of a cool story. Like you go on Stern, think of a cool story, and then you got to listen to him. It's like
Artie,
I top that. I did heroin in a lizard suit one time.
Yeah, right. You can't even tell your heroin in the lizard suit story. No, exactly. Well, anyway, Greg's going to be at the Laugh Factory in Times Square tomorrow through Sunday. If you want to see a funny guy, 212-586-7829. GregGiraldo.com. Look at you with the .com. What goes on there?
It's only it's like half a page. It's not even enough. I saw the other day Son of Sam has a web page. I don't have a web page.
You know, I'm now getting into this internet thing. And every time I want to even put up like a poster or something, guy says you got to get bandwidth. It's a fortune. It's it's thousands of dollars. Then I'm seeing that Son of Sam has no problem posting. I mean, the guy. I
haven't heard him complain once about the cost.
I think he's got chat room, Son of Sam, webcast. I mean, he's got everything. And you wonder how these guys get that done.
Yeah, well, his is all like Christian, so he gets. I guess Jesus does it.
Jesus is heavily tied into the internet.
Jesus is really he's very tied into the web. But if you're going to be all secular, it costs a few bucks.
Yeah. What was your sitcom about?
It's all gay porn.
Really? That's smart.
I can't believe it didn't work.
It was sort of about my life. It was sort of about me being a lawyer, but like I had long hair and earrings and stuff. It was a complete disaster.
You sit and look at the tapes over and over again and say, I remember that sitcom.
No, I don't. I never
looked at it.
I mean, I couldn't even act. It was really pathetic. I've been doing stand-up for like 2.5 years. And
were you a bad actor?
Yeah. I couldn't.
It was horrible.
It was ridiculous.
How'd they put you in a sitcom?
I don't know. That was like the classic, like the times when they were just giving everybody development deals. Comics was
that like after Seinfeld and they were just beating the bushes for comedians?
I was like the classic, new faces and Montreal Comedy Festival, 7 minutes of stuff, 2.5 years in, and then next thing you know, I'm in L.A. with my own show.
Oh, wow.
I'm literally, I don't know what, when they're going, hey, stand stage left. I'm like, what does that mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I have to do? You mean I have to memorize this stuff?
Just ridiculous. And it was like so overwhelming. It's like you're right next door to News Radio was right next door, and we'd meet after these bars, and it's just like everyone's a celebrity. You don't even know what the hell you're doing. And that's when I was hanging out with Ray, and Ray thought his show was dead. And I thought, we're doing pretty well. I think we're really going to have a nice run here.
Had to be nice, though. I mean, the network was kissing your ass, right?
It was great for a little while, but it's also pathetic, because you're like nobody, and you're supposed to be,
But you made it on the air. That's cool.
Did get on the air for a few weeks. But, we bounced back.
You married guy?
Yeah.
Kids, the whole thing?
Yeah, I just had another baby 7 days ago.
So you're making all your money just in comedy, right? You just have to go on the road.
Yeah, just doing stand-up, going on the road and stuff.
Right.
And
parents still hate you for that?
Well, my father died, so thank God.
Thank God he died. Thank God he died.
Yeah.
You killed him.
Yeah, it was enough. He couldn't tolerate it.
Died of embarrassment.
My mother's still out there somewhere.
She dating or?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
You looking? She's pretty hot.
How old is she now?
I was trying to think of how this is going.
Does she like anal?
Not for
That's
me.
my thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know his mom likes anal, Fred's.
Yeah.
I was shocked to learn this.
Thanks for reminding everybody.
I called my mom. She's like, you bring up terrible things. Your father and I have a sex life. It's fantastic. You don't have to worry about it.
That's none of your business.
We called Robin's mother. She didn't know what we're talking about.
What do you
Never heard of anal. So we called Fred's, and she goes, and Fred's mom has this thick accent. Fred's got the mom with the accent from Latvia.
That would have been fun.
So I go, you like anal? She goes, what? No. I go, do you like anal? She goes, I'm talking about a sex act. She goes, I know what you're talking about. I love it. And I was like, wow, really? And Fred wanted to go kill himself. But listen, she's a sexual woman.
He's crawling under the console.
I mean,
that's what the Latvians are known for.
For anal.
Yeah. Latvians are really big.
No big deal. Your mom's very honest.
Yeah, I'm not getting it, and she is. So.
Right.
My mother grew up in
I'll give it to you.
My mother grew up in
not that way.
Spain, and if she even heard that, she'd be
mortified.
Yeah, she couldn't even begin to imagine.
Yeah. Well, Fred's mom was like, it's my second G-spot. I was like, whoa, you're a live wire.
It sounded like, she indulged often. Not just a one-time thing.
You want to do some news with us or what?
Yeah, man, that'd be great.
I mean, this is a friendly forum. Do whatever you want.
Sure.
I hope you're prepared.
I tried to. If I knew what was happening, I would have prepared.
I hope you read the paper and wrote jokes. Because Dennis Leary thinks you shouldn't.
Yeah, he's got the answers, apparently.
You know what's funny about that? That show is the hardest show to do. It's like, they give you all this information, you got to write. It's like taking a college course. You know,
what do you mean?
Their notes.
The night before you tape the show, they fax you, like, a ton of subjects they're going to talk about, and you have to write bits about it and submit it. It's like being in college.
Oh, really? I wouldn't do it. I would just be like...
It's hard.
I would just say, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
I think that's what Dennis Leary did.
Yeah.
Well, at the beginning, it was a lot. Like, now they do less and less. And for a while, they weren't telling you anything in advance at all.
Yeah,
right?
why can't it just be spontaneous?
Which is what kind of what he wants. But then the problem is the segments are so short. It's not like you can't really, the thing is over in 2.5 minutes.
It really seems like it's quick.
There. It's like if you don't at least have an idea by the time the subject gets introduced, the thing's over.
No, you want my vote? That Korean line was good.
Oh, thanks.
Because I see these Korean ladies, man, they're working their ass off in these nail salons.
Yeah, 2 times a week, we could change that whole economy.
Yeah, that's all it really takes, I think.
Yeah. I'm afraid of them.
Oh, stop it.
You're afraid of Koreans?
I'm afraid of Koreans.
I'm afraid of men.
I'm afraid of everyone. I'm just afraid to go, like I would, if I was a woman, I'd be like, I don't know, they put their feet in that water, and like, I'm like, isn't that dirty? Like, I'm a germphobe, so it's like, is that water dirty? Like some other broad's feet were in there? I mean, I know they must clean it out, but who even knows?
Well, they're cleaning your feet because they're afraid they're dirty.
Right. I mean, like, you wouldn't have to clean my feet if you didn't put them in that dirty pool of water.
It's also unbelievable how much pleasure women get out of that. It's like,
I don't get it.
I just got to get my nails done. I have to get them.
And how about when a woman's like, no offense, but a real pig, and she keeps beautiful, immaculate nails, and you're like,
the ones that really
why do you bother?
Yeah, is anyone ever looking at a woman's nails?
It's the ones that are airbrushed and, there's nothing else going on in this person's world except those nails are pristine.
Two things
well, that's a sign of mental illness.
2 things with broads that I'll never understand. The nails thing and the shoes thing. Nails and shoes is just an obsession.
Shoes I get because that's hot. You know what I mean? Like.
And you get all dressed up.
800 pair of them?
My girlfriend goes out and buys a pair of those shoes that are really hot, and I'm like, you know what? Can you just stand there naked in your shoes? I'm into that. I mean, I like when a chick takes care of herself. I don't care if her nails are done.
Nails. My wife, we just had a baby a week ago, and before we go in, I mean, she's like, I wish I had gotten if I could just get my nails. Like, you realize what's about to happen to your body?
No one's looking at your nails, honey.
Splayed apart, and you really care about what happens to your fingernails.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I'll never understand that.
It's a girly thing. You're not supposed to.
No.
If you understood, it would mean, right, Artie? You're gay.
Nah, yeah, exactly. That's my take on it.
Then I look in a lot of those nail places, and I think, they got to be doing happy endings in the back. It always looks like a massage parlor.
Women?
Yeah, no, to the guys. Like if I went back there and said, hey, here's $10. Come on, use your hand on me.
That's one of the. It's true how you do start to objectify. If you go to any of these places, you go to any strip club or anything, it is hard. You sort of can't see a young Asian woman without automatically picturing happy ending.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Have you ever done that? I mean, why would you picture that?
No, I've never done it, Robin.
It's a bit of a stereotype.
I picture it, and I've never done it.
I've never done it.
Well, you've talked to people who have.
I'm always proud. I'm walking around going, I haven't paid for sex. Meanwhile, I should see what I paid on my divorce.
Yeah, really.
What was that?
Maybe you didn't pay as you went.
Right.
But you paid ultimately.
There was a tab at the end.
A lump sum.
There was a big lump sum payment. All right, listen, we got to take a break. The great Greg Giraldo's here. When we come back, Robin, so Greg can prepare, what will be the lead story?
Oh, geez. I haven't decided on a lead story yet. I don't do that kind of thing. I don't have, the big lead story.
You don't have a big lead? I'm sorry, you can't prepare.
We won't prepare you.
I hope I don't.
Can you do something about Korea so we can recycle it?
Yeah, I'll just do that.
All right. Greg Giraldo's here, and we'll be back right after these words.
Exclusive outtakes from Planet of the Apes.
Come on, Gary, you talk to Sal. You want to stop that fight, pick it. This is a lie. It's not a lie. All right. You accuse me of something. You attacked me first. You accuse me of something that's just not true. You attacked me first. You accuse me of something that's not true. No, you Stutterface. No, you attacked me. John, do you remember that you work for me, or did that thought just fall out of your head? Well, then, Gary, first of all, if I worked for you, you came in here...
John,
I didn't start with you. Me and you aren't equals. It's a sad state of affairs. I apologize, but we're not equals. Gary, I didn't start this fight. Don't bother me with this crap off the air. We go in the office. I'm not going to bother with you. Go to your desk. I'm not going to bother you. I'm going to go to my desk. I'm not going to bother with you about that. All right, go do your job. Go do your job. I didn't come in here lashing out calling people Gary. Nor did I come in here calling someone stupid. That was I didn't say. You call me plunger face, you jerk. Plunger puss. Yeah. Oh, I should go enjoy that. I mean, ass is a stronger word than plunger puss. No, John. Let's go back to the tape and say who called who first. You called me plunger first. I think you called me ass first.
Our Sturgill 95X.
Show.
This is Chris Kattan from Saturday Night Live. You're listening to a man who can't find a gas mask big enough to fit over his huge nose. Howard Stern.
Hey, man, what's up with that? What are you talking about? Greg Giraldo joining us for the news. Greg, tomorrow through Sunday at the Laugh Factory in Times Square. Check out all tour information at GregGiraldo.com. Tonight on E, Bunny Buns and Kid Rock. Sometimes people accuse us of lowbrow humor, but not tonight. This is where we throw chocolate cupcakes at a naked girl's ass. And Kid Rock joins in on the fun, and I got to tell you...
yeah, call all your intellectual friends and tell them to tune in.
Yeah, all these asswipes who tell you the show's lowbrow. You call them up and tell them to watch tonight.
Not a lot of 1380s watching tonight.
Right. Anybody who got higher than 1,300 on SATs is probably not going to be watching. Greg Giraldo's here. What's this? Come on, Robin, really. What are the lead stories and what is going on in the world? And come on. It's ridiculous.
Right, you act as if I'm holding out on you.
Yeah, I mean, making a whole production of it.
Well, I wanted to know what you make of this. I was reading page 6 this morning, and it says here that Dave Navarro, who, of course, is from Jane's Addiction and is married to Carmen Electra, was seen putting on makeup in a locker room at Equinox on Sunset Boulevard before he worked out.
Yeah, well, look, I'm going to tell you, I have had him on the show. He's a nice guy. He really is. And there's something sort of disturbing about Dave Navarro. And I tried to tell this to Carmen Electra, who I know personally, and it wasn't like a case of me going, hey, you know, she shouldn't be married to anyone, she should only be with me or something like that. I don't care. I got a girlfriend, I'm happy. But Dave Navarro, he's sort of slighter and thin. He's a better-looking woman
yeah, they could
than Carmen Electra.
Wear each other's clothing.
And I think it'd be kind of hot if Carmen Electra was with a dude that, you know, wasn't so concerned with makeup and he's done gay stuff. I mean, he's had homosexual activities in his past. He's told us.
But he's not gay.
No.
No. Yeah, it would be cooler if Carmen Electra didn't marry a gay guy. I agree. That does tend to pierce the illusion a little bit.
And I think maybe he's bi because, you know, he does Carmen, but I don't know what's going on there. I mean, like, and he's a great guy.
Well, if he's bi, what's the percentage?
40-60.
Right.
You say that so fast.
Well,
Did you want to think about it?
Well, no, that's how it works for me. I don't know how it is for everybody else. Artie?
40-60 sounds like the right range.
That's about right.
Yeah.
You want to be right in there.
I think it's, Carmen Electra basically married Cher.
Yeah, it's weird. He's a strange guy.
Jeez. Yeah, you know, I hope they're all right.
But he's made out with dudes on tape.
Well, the Lord of the Anal Rings thing, I mean...
Great guy, though, right?
Yeah,
I'm not saying anything negative.
The best guy, really nice, and but that whole thing was disturbing. With his assistant willing to, you know, take a poll.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you something, then. If the guy has these tendencies, can he be... You know, can he give up men forever? Is that what the deal is? You marry Carmen, you give up men?
Maybe. I don't know.
You can. Some people can. Like, some guys are really gay and they're really attracted to men, but they get married and they start having kids anyway, and they like start doing stand-up or whatever, and just to sort of sublimate all that. And then
you keep themselves busy.
There's other things you can do.
Yeah, there's other things you can do. You just keep having kids, you know, and it works out a lot better. You know, like,
that wouldn't be you,
but like Dennis Leary. Sometimes you get in arguments with Dennis Leary.
The gay sex covers up the pain of a failed sitcom.
Yeah, a lot of times.
All right, what else is in the news?
Well, I just wondered about that. They say Madonna's having trouble selling tickets on this latest tour, especially here in New York. She's got some kind of a 6-night thing at Madison Square Garden starting tonight, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And they say there's still tickets available, and some brokers are discounting. You know, they usually sell those tickets at a premium. They're discounting the tickets.
I believe it. I'll tell you why.
What?
The last tour she did, I kind of was like excited to see. I wanted to see her. I've never seen Madonna. And I thought, well, it might be interesting. Somehow I bought into it. Now, I don't know what it is, maybe because she's old or whatever. I don't care.
When did it switch off?
I don't know.
Remember?
I just don't care about Madonna. And maybe because she's not hot. Like, you know, I'd rather go see some hot little teenage chick or something. I just don't care.
Or maybe it's, you know, one minute she's the woman selling books, the next minute she's crawling across the floor.
Yeah, maybe that's a little of that going on, too, because I don't buy who she is. I mean, you know, one minute she's the Queen of England, and then the next thing she's, you know, the whore Madonna. I just don't care.
It's the whole Kabbalah thing, I think.
That helps put the quash on it, too, huh?
Yeah, I don't trust anyone who wants to be Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah, when did you ever think you'd see that happening?
Oh, I think I'll be Jewish. You want to be Jewish? Go to Israel. Live there. See what happens to
She
you.
canceled her tour to Israel, by the way.
Right.
So
That's some
really
Jew.
Stand behind us.
Try doing it in
behind her people.
1944, okay?
All right, what else, Robin?
So anyway, yeah, she's having trouble selling tickets, and nobody understands why. She's doing some big, sit down on TV with, like Barbara Walters or somebody. I forget who it is, but she's going to be, Madonna sitting down talking about what it's like to be Madonna.
Well, it's funny because, I have a special that I can do anytime I want with ABC television. I would sit down with her and give her a real interview. But, of course, oh, no, I can't do that. I can't sit with her. She's afraid to sit down with me. Howard Stern. What the hell could
Madonna.
Why would you be afraid of me? That's what I mean. Like, do something interesting. You've been interviewed by Barbara Walters. It's enough.
And, be a little edgy if you're edgy.
Oh, she's so not edgy.
I mean, she deep throats the bottle on whatever that movie was, her documentary. But now she's reinventing. Like now she's the religious icon.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. What happened to the girl who deep throated the bottle?
Yeah, I remember a couple of weeks ago we were reading that you have to pay a fine if you curse.
Right. Some bestiality.
I didn't actually read it, Artie, did you?
I don't know of any such book, by the way.
No, I mean, there were some questionable things. Let's just...
All right.
There was a coffee table book.
Right.
That book.
Sex. Yeah.
A
lot of people have done that.
Because of this new allegation against Michael Jackson, we're learning all kinds of things. Michael shelled out more than $15 million in hush money to the last kid who charged him with child molestation to get the charges dropped or to keep that kid from cooperating with prosecutors. He also signed a carefully worded agreement in which he concedes negligence but not sex abuse. Now, what does that mean?
I don't know.
He looked away while he was abusing him sexually?
He wasn't watching himself.
He slipped. The kid slipped and fell on the sidewalk while he was diddling him.
So anyway, we learned that Michael Jackson... I thought he got more. I didn't know that it was... I thought this was a little low. We'd always been speculating it was $20 million. So now we learned that it's $15 million.
Hey, that kid's lucky. When the homeless guys raped me, I only got, what did I get, a can of beans?
Nothing.
Literally.
Yeah, you want
they gave you everything they had.
I got it all, but it was a box, refrigerator box, very nice box.
Yeah, what about people who are raped by poor guys? They got nothing.
Yeah, Zip Rippy, you're on the air.
Hey.
Hey, now.
I got to tell you, man, I love you, but I'm a Vietnam vet, and we sit around listening to you guys every morning. I mean, we get up at break of dawn and listen to you. And I got to tell you, man, we're going to support you all the way.
The Vietnam vets?
You betcha. And let me tell you something, Howard. You know what really pisses me off about this country? I'm a Vietnam vet. It took me 14 years to get a new leg. I got my leg gone. So, this country, I feel sorry for these guys. They're coming back from Iraq. I really do. I feel for them. I love them. And I'm going to tell you something.
How many gook kills did you have?
Pardon me?
How many gook kills did you have?
Buddy, I don't even want to talk about that.
Let's talk about it, because you know what I did over there. I'm proud of it.
What? Well,
you know how many ear necklaces I have?
Pardon me?
Do you know how many ear necklaces I have?
How many ears you got, buddy?
Me?
Yeah.
14.
14?
I gassed the village over there.
You got one more than I do, buddy.
And damn right.
Hey.
And I'd do it again tomorrow if they let me.
Howard, listen to me. On a serious note.
All right.
You know, Robin, I got to tell Robin something. Can I tell Robin something?
You got to make a point, Zip Rippy, because I'm going to pass out.
Can I make a point? You know, I'm a blues musician. I play the blues.
Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. I'm getting us out of that.
You know, I went to...
Apologies to Zip Rippy. I respect all Vietnam vets and any military guy who's brave enough to serve,
But he brings up something. You know, I was reading also in page 6 today, they're claiming that, Michael Moore did not get a warm reception when he screened his movie Fahrenheit 9/11 the other day in Manhattan. Mm-hmm. I was there, and it was very warm. The whole audience was very moved by the whole thing. And one of the things that Michael shows you, I mean, we were completely devastated here in New York when the World Trade Center fell. And he doesn't even show that at the beginning of the movie. You just hear it. Mm-hmm. And it's really, really chilling. I mean, we were We were on the front line, so I don't think we leap out of our seats necessarily after a movie about that. But everybody really got it, and he shows you the veterans coming back from Iraq with no legs, you know, their arms blown off.
Which
people you don't see.
Which newspaper said he didn't get a warm reception?
Page 6 of the New York Post.
No, there's an agenda there.
I know, exactly. But I'm just pointing out that, yeah, he actually shows you the veterans coming back. The government is not allowed you to see.
Don't listen to Page 6. They once referred to me as a pudgy sidekick. Very incorrectly, by the way.
Right. I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah. No sidekick. Bunch of lunatics.
All right.
Believe me, you're a front man.
Yeah. And also, the movie was rated PG. No, it got an R rating, hard R rating, because of violence, and the violence is pictures of the war.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if you're 16 and 17 and you can be recruited by the military, why can't you see what they're trying to get you into?
I guess now all the other 13-year-olds across the country won't be able to make it into the Michael Moore documentary.
Yeah, they're going to be fighting. They're all upset and bummed out like they want to. But anyway, they're fighting that they've hired former Governor Cuomo to fight that ruling by that board that hands out the movie ratings. Robert Morgenthau, the DA of Manhattan, and Montel Williams were together yesterday. They are united.
Are they going out?
No.
Huh.
They just got together yesterday for, a news conference, Howard. They're united in an effort to legalize marijuana.
That's cool. I'm all for that.
They want medical marijuana to be available to people who need it.
They got a serious spokesman like Montel Williams is behind that.
Well, Montel Williams does suffer with MS, and he needs marijuana. He uses it to calm the pain in his legs.
What about Bob Morgenthau? What's he using it for?
I think he just doesn't want to have to prosecute.
Oh, I thought he was just digging it.
I think they should legalize it except for medical purposes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, why do you say that?
Recreational's fine.
Right.
Because they got plenty of people that are already sick. You got plenty of medicines. Plenty of legal. I'm the one that needs, I can't just...
You can't medicate yourself.
Yeah, I can't medicate.
You're the one who's having a problem getting it.
It's the average person that needs it. These sick people. I'm tired of these sick people and their problems.
See, that's why you're a genius.
Yeah, that's why you got to look at
what an incredible...
Gee, sounds like you somehow prepared that line.
Oh, I've been preparing it for hours. I've been out with my writers in the writing room.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they are saying that people who have illnesses should be able to get their hands on some marijuana without the government getting involved. And Morgenthau says, hey, we regulate other drugs like morphine that people could get a little joy from. So why can't we regulate heroin? Regulate marijuana and get it to people who need it.
You see, that's a funny thought. Are you going to incorporate that in your stand-up?
I don't know what the
medical marijuana rap you just did.
Not that one in particular, but I mean the whole idea.
Why not?
Well, I'll have to think of it later.
You don't think that'd be good?
I think it might be good. I think
I
might
like
incorporate it.
I'm sick of the sick people and they're begging for more drugs.
Now, what are you going to do? You going to write that down in a little journal, or how do you...
You know what? The way I work as an artist, Howard, is,
give us the process.
I just sort of let it percolate, and then depending on if Greg Giraldo feels like he's ready to incorporate this into his act, then
good. All right, okay. I'll look forward to hearing it again.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Greg Giraldo is off paper.
Yeah.
I think a guy sitting at Yuck Yuck is going to go, wow, that's good.
I like that. And all you have to say is marijuana in any comedy club, and it works.
Get
you
a
don't
big
need
cheer.
an actual joke.
Big cheer.
I don't smoke marijuana. I can't. I get too paranoid.
Yeah.
He has a handicap.
Yeah. So, but I'm for the legalization of marijuana. I think it's a waste of time going after people.
It's ridiculous. They're actually they're always looking for alternate forms like the Marinol and drugs. Like we need a way to deliver the drug. It's like as if we don't already have perfectly viable ways to deliver.
Yeah, people have been getting it just fine.
Yeah.
You smoke it or put it in a brownie.
Yeah. I remember even McCaffrey that drug czar was saying that there was no scientific evidence the drug does what they claim it's going to do. That there's no scientific studies, and what they claim it's going to do is make people hungry because they're nauseous from chemo. It makes them hungry.
Right.
And he said there's no scientific evidence that it has that effect.
Yeah, well.
So obviously he never found himself in a 7-Eleven at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Staring at a frozen burrito.
Right.
Looking into the eyes of God.
Heroin's great, too. They should legalize that.
They should only... That one for medical purposes.
Right.
Wow, Artie, there's a bold statement.
Well, look, I'm controversial.
It makes you eat, right?
The one time I did it...
There isn't a drug that stops him from eating.
People BS people. Heroin makes you feel good.
Go ahead, Rob.
Al-Qaeda terrorists displayed American hostage Paul Johnson in a video, bound and blindfolded yesterday and threatened to kill him in 72 hours.
Can you imagine what they're doing to him?
Prison comrades are freed.
Can you imagine what they're doing to that guy?
I'm sure they're treating him well because Islam is a religion of peace.
A lot of people go over to these, like Iraq and all these different places, Saudi Arabia. They go over there because, they figure, listen, go over there, we'll make some money, some real money. I'll come back here and everything will be cool. The only reason they're paying you that real money is because they'll probably kill you.
That you're risking your life.
It's not worth it.
And this guy apparently really loved the culture. He sent the Quran back to his kids and everything, and they don't care. You got to be nuts to be over there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say. The problem is they see all foreigners as the enemy. It doesn't matter how you feel about them. You're the enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks for not explaining that to me before I went over there.
Thanks for telling me that in Baghdad.
Sorry for getting the message to you a little late.
Yeah. Well, what they must be doing to that poor guy.
Yeah, it's not a happy thought.
They're hanging by his boobs from a tree.
I wonder where President Bush is today.
Bush hasn't set foot in Iraq.
But, he could be, he's enjoying himself wherever he is. He's not in danger.
Why not? He's on vacation. I guarantee wherever he is, he's vacationing.
He's got his ranch. He's got Camp David. He's got a lot of places he can go when he wants to get away. The Detroit Pistons. How is Detroit this morning?
Did anybody burn it down? Or?
I didn't hear you.
I haven't heard a word.
I woke up at 5 a.m. and put Sports Center on like I do every morning, and they had fans on there, and it looked kind of peaceful, actually. They didn't do anything, I don't think, which sucks.
It's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys.
What good is a championship if you're not
You can't burn down half the city.
It's hard to imagine that it's not fun. These people are not burning things out of spite. It's hard to feel like they're following the news and thinking, we'll show them.
Yeah, we're going to teach you guys a lesson. We're not going to burn a goddamn thing.
Now you have nothing to shoot.
Yeah. They're so hostile.
Well, the Pistons won last night. Surprising, shocking, many people.
That is a shock.
Not only did they win, Robin, they covered.
Oh, not only did they cover, Artie.
Big cover.
Yeah, well, the over-under is another story.
Yeah, that sucked.
But they overwhelmed the Los Angeles Lakers, a team that was built to win this championship this year.
Shock and awe.
That's what it was. Here's Pistons coach Larry Brown, who, as already pointed out earlier, made history last night by both winning the NBA championship and a double NCAA championship.
I thought he made history because he's one of the oldest coaches to have that young a wife.
His wife is hot.
I think a lot of those guys, if you look at them, have young wives. NCAA was the championship. And here he is to say the Pistons did it the right way. C1.
Okay.
It's about players. This sport is about players playing the right way and showing kids that you can be a team and be successful. And it's great for our league.
Wow.
Interesting.
Here's your favorite Piston, Ben Wallace. He says the Pistons won as a team. C2.
Yeah, it's smart to have that big afro.
Yeah.
Because it makes me like him.
Seems like
and you notice him. I mean, if he was just like all the other guys.
You need something that makes you stick out.
Yeah.
He's pretty noticeable without the hair, that guy.
Night in and night out, going up against a good team, it's tough to get it done like that. So we didn't want to put that pressure on nobody on our team. We just told guys, go out there, make plays for yourself or for your teammates, and, good things will happen.
Sure.
You should always make plays for yourself or for your teammates.
Right. Make plays.
Yeah, almost always.
That's basically
what do you think of
what
he just said there? Is that true, really? If you make the play for your teammates or your team, is that really accurate?
Or for yourself, too. I think if you play well, that helps. You should try to play as well.
Maybe we should listen to that again because we'll learn something.
Yeah,
let's not dismiss it.
There are nuggets in there.
Night in and night out, going up against a good team, it's tough to get it done like that. So we didn't want to put that pressure on nobody on our team. We just told guys, go out there, make plays for yourself or for your teammates, and, good things will happen.
Now, Greg, did Ben Wallace have that afro when you knew him at Harvard Law?
I did, yeah. He was, he had it, he stood out a lot.
Harvard Law hard?
Yeah. No, that's the thing. It's hard to get into, but once you're there, everybody's working so hard and on their own. It's not like guys that go to St. John's or something where they're quizzing them and testing them every day because you got to be at the top of the class, and that's cool.
It's an amazing decision to graduate Harvard Law and then go into comedy. That really is an amazing thing.
They must be very proud.
But it's not even schools, law school is actually kind of halfway interesting, and it's just sort of, theory and stuff. But when you actually get in the real world, it's beyond boring. And you got and I just wasn't. I knew I wasn't going to do that kind of job for a long time. I'm like the most.
But you must have been, Harvard Law. There are major law firms recruiting.
Oh, I worked in a big law firm for
you must have been offered the world when you were at Harvard.
But you know what? It's like
what was your starting salary at your law firm?
I think the first year was like $76,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm 24 years old.
Wow.
Never had a real job. Never had a job in an office.
What was your salary first year of comedy?
Nothing. I started, I literally quit my job, and then I started doing part-time jobs to do stand-up at night, and I'm like polishing Clio awards and directors' offices and stuff like that, like day job, like temping and stuff like that. So there's no real money in stand-up, but...
What is it, Baba?
I saw a funny thing in the notes about Greg. I guess, when he graduated, they used to go and recruit him and bring him to his big recruiting dinners, and I guess Greg likes to drink every once in a while.
Yeah, I heard you have a drinking problem.
And he said he passed out during a lot of those dinners. They would be recruiting him, and he would just drink so much he'd pass out at the table.
And you still got hired.
Well, he was
a Harvard guy.
Yeah, this was like, 88, 89, and they were just hiring everybody, and they just didn't care if he came out of Harvard. I mean, we do these recruiting functions, and all these people would be all, dressed. You're dressed properly, being recruited, and yet, I would get completely slammed. I'd pass out in the snow out in front of the restaurant.
I gotta have you.
Yeah.
That's our man.
Yeah, that's it.
That's our man.
You're our man, Giraldo.
You're going to join Brown, and Gallagher.
The only even remotely legal thing I did was and I don't think we were supposed to say who this was, but it's like this big magazine publisher guy bought a jet plane.
Yeah.
And because I was working in the real estate department, they let me sort of handle it. So we bought this plane for this guy, and I swear to God, I didn't even submit like half the thing. I mean, somewhere there's like a big magazine guy in a plane that's not legally registered to be flying around.
Oh, my goodness.
Not even doing your job.
Yeah.
Do you think you were helped by a little affirmative action?
Yeah, I was going to say the Giraldo thing.
Yeah, it definitely didn't hurt.
What is that, Puerto Rican or something?
Yeah, I forget. Cuban? No, Colombian. My father is Colombian and my mother's from Spain.
All right.
Yeah, so it doesn't
hurt.
Not so much to get the job, but it definitely gives you a boost into the school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. You probably could have been like making $1 million a year now.
No, I couldn't. I mean, I was I'm not a together person.
Well, if you had applied yourself.
Right.
If I had applied.
You've been together.
Yeah.
All right, let me take a...
Wait a minute, let's just finish up. Here's Kobe Bryant saying you got to give the Detroit Pistons credit.
They played extremely well. Coached extremely well. They executed extremely well. They played hard. And, they played the right way.
But Kobe's got something to look forward to. He's got that big rape trial.
No, he's not going home. Right. He's going back to court. And Shaquille O'Neal says the Pistons did everything well.
They just played a little bit harder than we did. Congratulations to those guys. They deserve it. Congratulations to Coach Brown. He's a great coach, and he deserves it. And they just played hard. They played consistently hard. They played consistently good defense. They just flat out beat us everything.
Phil Jackson, the legendary coach of the L.A. Lakers, says he's not sure about his plans for the future. C5.
We have to discuss as an organization, and then we'll make a decision from there. But, right now I would say that, it's pretty slim chance that I'll be back coaching next year. It's a pretty slim chance.
Do they want to get rid of him, or he just doesn't want to do it?
I think his contract is up, and he says he's tired, I think.
It was cool because if Jackson had won last night, he would be the coach with the most NBA titles in history. And now he's not.
Yeah, wasn't he in some kind of... He hates... What is that guy's name? Red Auerbach?
Yeah, Auerbach's the guy he's tied with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate him. All right, O.J., stop laughing at everyone. All right, we're going to take a break. Greg Giraldo is here tomorrow through Sunday at the Laugh Factory in Times Square. Go see a funny guy. 212-586-7829. He's going to lay out some material for you that is considered quite controversial.
Quite prepared.
And he's prepared every time he goes out on stage.
Have to prepare.
Do you drink like Artie before you go out?
Nobody drinks like Artie before they go out.
Right.
But I do drink. I'm trying to drink less, though. It's time to start scaling back a little.
What do you drink?
All right.
Tequila a lot. But, I mean, I literally, I just had a third kid, and that's when it's time. Like, I was at a wedding about a week ago, and I got blackout drunk, and then my friend calls me the next day and goes, dude, do you remember the bathroom? You never want to hear, do you remember the bathroom? Do you remember the bathroom? Do you remember the bathroom? Like, what happened?
Do you remember you told me you loved me?
Do you remember the bathroom? It turned out I was peeing on everybody. People I didn't even know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's the way
No
a
kidding.
parent is supposed to behave.
Oh, dude, I've never done that.
No.
I thought I was making a good point, and then I realized...
Excuse me for waking up in my own excrement.
Rolling around in my doo-doo.
party was legendary.
That's drinking a lot to pass out at a wedding.
Yeah, it's drinking a lot. You know, it's what happens. It starts gradually. You drink for free, and it just kind of creeps up on you. And
feels good.
Yeah, it's
You tried not drinking at a Colombian wedding, Robin.
We'll be back right after this.
And now a dear close friend of Gary Delabante's reminisces.
My name is Brian. I grew up with Gary. Lived around the block from me. Used to throw cigarettes at him. Used to spit on him. Follow him in school and spit on him. People would do things in the bathroom to him, urinate on him.
Some things never change. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 95X. Howard Stern Show.
Now, listen here, my friends. This is Howard speaking, and just make sure that everything's okay. I could say, what should I say?
What's the matter? You stupid?
Yeah. The Howard Stern Show.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Dad.
Thank you. Thank you.
Still a little bit of pain there every time I hear that.
It hurts me.
Thank you.
It's got to hurt you.
Greg's on the floor in the fetal position. All right, Greg Giraldo joining us tomorrow through Sunday at the Laugh Factory. Go see him. And, Robin, what else is in the news?
Well, they say that Iran is massing troops at the Iraqi border, just waiting for the Americans to leave. There'll be a security vacuum, and they'll just swoop right in.
Boy, we certainly need Saddam Hussein back in power.
You should just put him back in.
If I was Kerry, I'd say, listen, you elect me president, I'm going to put Saddam back in. You know, we'll have him a little bit more on their line.
Watch him.
We're going to keep him really under our thumb.
Yeah.
You know.
At least we killed the two sons, you know, so that's something.
He doesn't have the power base he used to have.
It's weird how they're all mad at us for, like, torturing some of the prisoners, but meanwhile, Saddam Hussein used to torture everyone.
Well, it's all right. They particularly are offended that it's Americans torturing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very weird mindset where it's like anything that comes from the West is bad, but as long as they do it to themselves, it's okay.
Yeah, it's an internal problem.
Yeah, that's why I always assumed we were hiring people to do this stuff for us all along, but we never were. I thought we had a whole army of like murderers.
Turns out not.
Turns out Saddam was killing a bunch of the people that we need to kill now.
Yeah.
Huh.
Who knew?
Who knew he was helping?
Meanwhile, Robert Keeley is a spokesperson for a new group called Diplomats and Military Commanders for Change. They are very upset about the running of the war in Iraq. And here he is to say that our group is made up of Republicans, Democrats, and Independents, and we are not a political group. D1.
We're not part of the Kerry campaign. We're not working with them. We don't consult with them. We're an independent group who are trying to get people to focus on what we think the real issues are.
And give up because, you know what? These guys who are in government right now, at the very top, do not know what they're doing with this war. It's completely out of control.
And so, you know, I love also that these are the guys, these conservatives, that believe that the government can do nothing, that the government's terrible, the government can't accomplish anything, but somehow we thought we were going to go in and build a whole country up from scratch. We can't get the motor vehicles department to work in our own country, but we're somehow going to go over and rebuild, democratize whole countries.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't have to do anything. They were going to be so thrilled when we came in there.
Yeah.
They're going to rebuild their own country.
And they were literally just lied to about that. The colony just told them, look, you come in there, people are going to be, and we just believed them. And now I'm like, oh, man.
I believe them.
The troops are even saying, hey, where's our reception?
Yeah. When are we going to...
We're supposed to be happy to see you.
Yeah. Where's that 10th anniversary cocktail party?
See that? You know, who even knew democratize was a word? That's great.
I know. I said, you know, that education is showing.
Yeah.
What else, Rob?
I wrote that word in advance.
Mr. Keeley, he says, we dispute the Bush administration's claim that 9/11 changed everything.
9/11 changed a few things, but there are a lot of very fundamental principles that are still operative, and that is you can't go it alone in the world. You have to have friends and allies. You have to work with other people. You have to be multilateral, not unilateral.
Yeah, he says the one thing the Bush people forgot was diplomacy. Can't do it without it. Meanwhile, Afghanistan is still out there. And Afghanistan is still a huge problem. The Taliban survived our war in Afghanistan. And they are continuing to be successful over there and to have regrouped themselves. And this expert, his name is Dominic Nutt, he says that they're surviving because of a successful heroin trade. D4.
It's huge. It is probably worth about 50% of the GDP of Afghanistan at the moment, the output of Afghanistan.
That's it. I'm not buying heroin anymore.
Yeah, you got to stop that.
It's the biggest single industry, and it's fueling the war.
Yeah. There's a huge drug trade that's conducted by the Taliban. And I got news for you. Those guys are so powerful. We really do need to sort of concentrate on finishing the job in Afghanistan. And unfortunately, we've spread ourselves too thin in Iraq, and we have a bunch of guys who just don't know what they're doing. And lo and behold, there were no weapons of mass destruction anyway.
Another interesting thing in the Michael Moore movies, you see, George Bush had the Taliban to Texas when he was governor there.
George Bush is actually a member of the Taliban. You don't know that.
Yeah. He doesn't mind those guys so much.
Well, yeah. Okay.
On to other news. Glenn Campbell, that rhinestone cowboy.
Yes.
He's had some problems. He was in court
come on.
yesterday.
Why do you have to always bring that up?
He's in the Taliban, Glenn Campbell.
There you go.
He was in court on DUI charges. And he said in court, this is the first time he's ever been in trouble. He won.
Oh, my God.
I've never been arrested. I've never been in jail. And that's
Guess what? Neither did Daniel Rakowitz, but he started eating people. You know, what does that mean? You've never been in jail. So now you're going to be.
probably a pretty good 68-year record. But one time was, I wish it had happened a long time ago. What do you do to go through this now?
He was driving drunk. He got picked up, and I guess he wasn't supposed to be doing that for a number of reasons. He is 68 years old, and he's going to have to do, I think, 10 days in jail. And he said he has now had his last drink. He, too.
I just have to go on the blessings of the court and the Kazan. Believe you me, I think you've seen Glenn Campbell run the last bit of alcohol down his neck.
We'll see. We've heard that before.
Yeah, I've said that before, Glenn.
My wife's heard that before.
Tiger Woods anticipating another U.S. Open betting, Artie?
Yeah, you know what? It's not even fun. He just loses all the time now.
I know. You don't even want to do that.
The odds are awful.
If I could have a private conversation, this is going to sound awfully cryptic and strange and everything, but if I could have a private conversation with Tiger Woods, he'd be winning again.
Why is that?
Not going to say any more. If he wants to get in touch with me, he can. That's it. Bottom line.
What do you know?
I know something about Tiger Woods, and I know what's troubling him, and I could help him. But I know it sounds like a big joke because it's Howard Stern, the radio guy, saying this, but I am telling you, I need to get in touch with Tiger Woods.
And then when he calls, what are you going to say?
I'm not going to tell you. It's for Tiger Woods. No, it's for Tiger Woods' ears.
I was going to say, you have to shift your weight to the left foot a little sooner.
It's a little simpler than that.
One sentence, no more white chicks.
Honestly, I feel bad for the dude. Not winning. I'm sure it's troubling him. If he wants the answer, call me.
Well,
when have I ever said that?
Oh, lots of times.
Give me 2 weeks with Tiger Woods.
2 weeks, you know.
2 weeks.
Right.
I thought it was a phone call.
And give me about 1 hour with that white broad he's married to. She's sweet. Child.
Let's see, what's going on here? Dodgeball, the Ben Stiller movie, is coming out soon. It also stars his wife, Christine Taylor.
A lot of the movie theaters are bracing themselves for a very big weekend. They're not sure they can handle a crowd.
Here, Christine jokes about working with her husband day one.
The less time I can spend with him, the more happy I am.
The less?
Joke, all these things get taken out of context. No, we have an amazing time together, a great working relationship, and especially when it's something that we both...
All right, okay. Who cares?
She's having trouble saying it. And why was this an appealing project to her and Ben?
The most appealing thing for me was the fact that this was a controversial relationship. This is about
oh boy,
beating a dead horse.
OJ.
Thank you, OJ.
Controversial relationship.
Once in a while, OJ's funny.
That was on time.
All right, don't laugh at your own jokes.
50 First Days is in. It's going to DVD actually. That's the Adam Sandler film, the last one with Drew Barrymore.
I got to get that.
Adam says he always tries to have nice people working on his movies.
It's important, yeah.
Everyone I'm working with, Amy.
No wonder I haven't been asked to be in
Yeah, you're not nice.
Yeah, he's not nice.
Oh, my. Schneider, Lucia, all nice people.
They're nice because you're giving them work, dope. I'll be nice to you, too. Give me a movie.
You could be nice.
Yeah.
I heard Schneider's evil.
No. Rob?
No, I'm kidding.
Rob's a good man.
Drew Barrymore was asked how many first dates she's had in her life.
I don't know, not too many. I didn't really date a lot. I more just fell in love and then
got married.
Yeah, she got married right away.
Moved in or something. It was like I didn't have a lot of dating processes.
Okay.
She's annoying.
Tupac Resurrection is now on DVD.
Yeah.
Documentary on Tupac.
I like that documentary.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen some of it.
Well, Snoop Dogg apparently is in it.
I'm a very big Tupac guy.
Yeah?
I don't know a thing he's talking about.
Here's Snoop on why so many people related to Tupac's music.
That's one thing I loved and respected about Pac. He was always him at all times, and he always had a different style, and he always came from the heart, so you would feel his music no matter what situation, what label, what type of music it was up under. You would always feel the words he was saying.
Snoop always sounds like he's going to fall asleep.
I know.
I don't know why they can't solve that Tupac murder. With all the witnesses coming forward, it's racism.
Here's the natural sound of the movie, Tupac speaking prophetically about his own death.
I have not brought thug life to America. I didn't create thug life. I diagnosed it. Half my fans are white. The ones that have approached me have been genuine fans. I was having concerts, they were sold out. White boys, Mexicans, blacks, and they would do whatever I said. And I was scared. I had a prophecy about my death. That's why I like to go in the studio and do 3 songs a day. Get things ready.
Wow. All right. We get the point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A little overkill, don't you think? And guess who's written a book? Gene Hackman. Now, when did he have time to do that with all of his movie making?
I understand the bookstores are really scared of the crowds they feel they're going to attract with this book of Gene Hackman.
It's about his thug life. It's about his life as a thug.
It is not. It's a novel. He's written a book called Justice for None with a collaborator.
Oh, a novel?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder they're nervous about the crowds.
Daniel Lanahan wrote it with him. Here's Gene on Boyd Calvin, the main character.
We wanted to set up this character, this kind of flawed character that had seen a lot of life, so that even though...
3 people are going to buy this.
Can you write a novel with a partner? It's like usually these actors, they do autobiographies.
Well, you write a couple sentences, email it to me, I'll write a couple. We'll see how it goes.
A novel.
Writing partner means some other guy wrote it and put Gene Hackman's name on it.
Well, here's Gene telling you about the collaboration.
All right, let's see how it works.
Dan is a master diver, and he had taught me to dive.
The next one, B5.
All right, B5. That is B5. That's it.
Go on.
That's it.
What are you talking about?
Dan is a master diver, and he had taught me to dive for film. So we started talking in terms of a sea tale. And we got very excited about the idea of kind of a coming-of-age story of a young man.
Boy, can you imagine writing with him?
Wouldn't live through the conversation.
Anything else, Robin?
That's what's happening.
All right. Hey, Greg.
One more thing. Congratulations to Alanis Morissette. She's just gotten herself engaged.
Oh. Just when she was on the show, she realized it's probably took a look at me and said, I'm going to marry the guy I'm with. Men are frightening.
I'm sure she said, you know what, Howard's not available. I might as well go ahead and marry the guy I'm with.
She couldn't get me, so. Hey, Greg, you're a good guy, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I was a little quiet. I was laying back a little. I'm a little overwhelmed, intimidated by your presence.
By my genius.
By your genius.
See Greg Giraldo tomorrow through Sunday at the Laugh Factory in Times Square. For tickets, call 212-586-7829. Check out Greg at greggiraldo.com. I think you did great. I mean, you hung in there.
Well, we did what we did, you know.
You were prepared?
Yeah, I prepared. I had a whole staff of people here with me.
Yeah.
His stand-up's awesome, Harry. Check it out. Definitely.
Thank you, man.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to give something away right now, right here at the end of the show. I never do this because I'm usually wanting to get right out the door.
What are you giving away?
I'm just going to plop down a phone and give away something good. Phil?
This is Almighty Topper.
Topper?
Yes.
You've won a trip for 2, including airfare and hotel. 2, where's the best place in the world to go?
Hawaii.
No. Where do you get Chigga Bites?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, that's right.
Hey, baby.
Courtesy of the casino. Mondays at 9 p.m. on Fox this summer. 2 internet millionaires will bet their entire fortune to become the youngest casino owners in Las Vegas.
Huh. You the
Greg,
man, Howard.
You have a gambling problem, right?
I used to. Absolutely, I do.
Right.
How'd you get
I'm
over
Artie Jr.
All right, hold on there, Junior.
Thank you.
Are you over 21?
Yes, I am.
All right, hold on.
Don't drink too much out there.
How did Greg get rid of his gambling problem?
There's no money.
Yeah, I ran out of money. No, I did. You can't gamble and drink tequila at the same time. Is the problem.
You're Gamblers Anonymous?
No, I just kind of ran out. Now it's just the pain of losing it. I just can't take it anymore.
Right.
So it stopped.
Took too many beatings.
Too many beatings.
You ever get in trouble where a guy wanted to break your legs and you didn't pay the money?
No, but I did pass out and wake up on the floor of the Reno airport with the National Guardsmen pointing their guns at me because I was laid out in the middle of the thing after losing $15,000, and that's when it pretty much all came together. But then I like listening to Artie because I feel a lot better. Yeah,
$15,000. Artie be happy to lose.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
That's a win for Artie.
Good night.
All right, thanks, Greg. See you again soon, I hope, and we'll be back we'll be back tomorrow.
95X.